Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you a super special and amazing strawberry shortcake recipe. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with some unsalted butter, and we have some granulated sugar. Now my unsalted butter is really nice and soft, so this is going to make it really easy to cream together. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to cream this together for about 4 to 5 minutes really well. And make sure that's the butter and the sugar is really well incorporated. And after about every minute or so, I'm going to go in with my spatula and scrape around the edges and the bottom to make sure everything's getting incorporated. And we're going to cream this 4 to 5 minutes. Now after 4 to 5 minutes, everything should look lovely, really come together like a nice smooth paste. And we're going to go ahead and add in 1 egg at a time. Of course, all the amounts will be listed below in the description box for you. Add in 1 egg at a time, and then we're going to mix that really well until that egg is completely incorporated with the butter and the sugar. And then we're going to go ahead, after mixing that, we're going to go ahead and add in our next egg. Add in our second egg, and we're going to mix that really well to incorporate it. After that, we're just going to get our spatula, run it around the edges and the bottom, make sure everything is incorporated and lovely. And we're going to add in some sour cream. Sour cream is going to give flavor and texture and just everything good. It is amazing. I'm going to mix that sour cream in really well. And then we're going to zest in half of an orange to our cake, as well as some vanilla. You can use vanilla bean paste, or which is what I'm using, or vanilla extract. And we're just going to mix that and combine that really well, and then we're going to go ahead, scrape the edges as usual, make sure everything is getting really well incorporated and combined. You guys see the little puppy in the back there? The marshmallow's gotten to be a big marshmallow. Now we're going to move over to our dry ingredients. We have some cake flour. Now I'm using cake flour because it's going to make this cake perfection. It's going to be really soft and really light. You can use all-purpose flour if you want, but I really suggest the cake flour. I'm also got some baking powder, baking soda, and salt, and I'm just going to mix those dry ingredients really well together. Again, all the amounts will be listed below in the description box for you guys. Now for our milk, we're going to be using some buttermilk. I just took some milk and added a splash of vinegar to it and let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. And we're going to add in 1/3 of my flour mixture and then 1/3 of my milk mixture. And then we're going to go ahead and just combine this until it's mostly incorporated. We don't really want to overwork the flour or anything, just until it's mostly incorporated. And then we're going to add in the 2nd third of our flour and the 2nd third of our milk. Mix that till it's mostly incorporated. I'm going to get my spatula and make sure I get all the sides of the bowl. I'm going to add in the last 1/3 of my flour and the last 1/3 of my milk. And then mix that all together until it's really lovely and combined. When most of it is incorporated and combined, I'm going to get my spatula and finish it off with my spatula because I don't want to overwork the flour. This cake is going to be really light, and it's going to be so fluffy. It's going to be so incredible and light and just amazing. Now I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I also have 2 pans that I have really well buttered and floured really well so this cake does not stick. And I'm going to pour in half of my batter into one of the pans and kind of flatten it out a little bit. Now it's not going to be a lot in the pan, but it is going to rise. Just make it as even as possible, and then pour in the other half into my other pan that is buttered and floured. And these are going to bake for about 25 to 30 minutes in your preheated oven at 350 degrees. And they're going to, you could use a toothpick test, and it's going to come out really nice, light yellow golden top, and the edges are going to start pulling away from each other. And that way, you know it's done. Now we're going to get started on our little strawberry jam mixture that we're going to be making. I have some really nice fresh strawberries, and this is the perfect time to buy strawberries and perfect time to make this cake too. Perfect for Mother's Day, guys. I'm going to cut my tip off of my strawberry and cut it in about, 3 to 4 to 5 slices, depending on the size of your strawberries. But the smaller the slices, the easier it's going to break down. To that, we're going to add in some orange juice and some granulated sugar in a saucepan with the strawberries. And we're going to mix it all really well and put it on our stove on medium heat. And we're going to cook this down for about 15 to 20 minutes, stirring every 2 to 3 minutes or so. It's going to really break down the strawberries, and it's going to be creating this really amazing mixture goodness that's going to go as a filling in our cake. After about 15 to 20 minutes on medium heat, you can see that it really broke down a lot. It just reduced into just a small amount. But it's going to be fantastic in our cake. To make our icing, I have some cream cheese that is at room temperature. Very important that it's at room temperature. And I'm just creaming that just so it becomes really nice and smooth. And to that, I'm going to add in some confectioner or icing sugar. I'm going to mix that really well together. Then finish off with my spatula just to make sure everything is incorporated. And after that, I'm going to add in some heavy cream or heavy whipping cream. And we're going to go ahead and mix that all together until all of those ingredients are combined. And you can start seeing everything is nice and combined there. To that, I'm going to add in the zest of half an orange. Now, this part, it seems simple. It's just orange zest, but it just is so good. I'm going to add in some vanilla bean paste or vanilla extract, whichever one you want. And we're just going to mix this together until it is stiff peaks. Don't overmix because heavy cream can turn into butter. So just mix it until it's nice stiff peaks. Just like so. You see it nice and just holding up its shape at the edge of your mixer. You know it's ready. I'm going to give that a nice mix, and we're just going to go ahead and assemble this cake together. Now before we do that, we're going to take half of our whipping cream mixture, half of it, and we're going to add in that strawberry jam that we made. It's not really jam, but that paste, We're going to add in that to our half of our heavy cream, whipped cream topping. Mix that up really well, and it's going to become beautiful and pink and amazing. This cake is really one of a kind. It is just, I could never really decide which is the best part, the cake or the frosting. They're both just so good. Now, it is very important, guys, that you let your cakes cool completely before you put your whipped topping on it, because the whipped topping will melt. So let it cool in the pan for about 15 minutes and then take it out on a cooling rack or something and let it cool completely. So I have one of my cakes here that is bottom side up because we're going to use this, and I want a nice flat surface to put in my filling, if you may, my fillers. Strawberry whipping cream. And I'm going to just even that out. I'm not getting all the way to the edges because it will we're going to put the other one on top. So leave a little border. And then we're going to place the other one on top with the top side up this time because it's a nice little dome on top, which will make it perfect for adding our little decorative strawberries at the end. And now we're going to add in on top of that, our white whipped cream. We did not add the strawberries to it. Just try to even it. The great thing about a strawberry shortcake is it doesn't have to look really pretty. The natural beauty of the cake is just the strawberries and the cake, and there's so many different variations of this cake. There's some that has biscuit base, and this base to me is perfection. What I did was I cut some strawberries in half, and I'm putting it cut side down all around the cake with one whole strawberry in the center just to decorate it. Nothing fancy schmancy, and this cake is perfect for a get-together, for summer, for spring, for Mother's Day. It is definitely a one-of-a-kind cake. It is delicious and fresh with those amazing ingredients, the strawberries, the orange zest, the soft sponge. Oh my goodness. Now you really want to let this cake set in the fridge for a little bit before you cut it so the whipping cream and everything sets lovely. And it is just perfection. I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. You really must give this a try. This is definitely one of my top favorite cakes. because it's so good. Let me know if you guys give it a try, if you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up. That's what all YouTubers say, right? Yeah. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.